Yes.
All right. So regarding the tax, for the tax B, the second tax, the tax is required of us to clean the data set by removing 0 or null total revenue USD, and also any duplicate value in the transaction ID, if there is any. So let me just quickly walk you through it. Here's my spreadsheet. So you can, let's simply import the data sets. Open. Imports data. Here's the data set you are working with. As you can see, we have the visitor ID, transaction dates, transaction ID, country, and the likes. We are removing the duplicate value, any duplicate value in this data set. So there is a quicker way of achieving that on Google Sheets. But before going there, let me arrange this my column properly. I'll highlight all, then filter it. Then let me freeze this first row, which are the features. All right. So the first task here is to remove the duplicate value. Simply highlight the data set by double clicking on this particular region. I mean this place. Just double tap on it, and all the data sets will be highlighted. So afterward, come to this part and this tab, data. Click on it. Then scroll down. You can see data clean up, and you can see clean up suggestion, remove duplicates, and trim white space. So we are removing duplicates here. So simply click on it. And as you can see, the suggestion is suggesting that we want to remove all the duplicate values in all the columns here. So just click on it to remove duplicates. And as you can see, there is no any duplicate value in our data set. 6351 unique rows remain. No duplicate rows were found. So that answers the first question. So whenever you're giving your report, you can include it there that there's no any duplicate value in the data set. Okay. So the next is the total revenue USD column. The remaining column over here, like the shipping USD, tax USD, coupon code, items purchase, they are less of relevance to this our analysis. So we can simply remove them. Likewise, this average variable something. Average value USD, I mean, and simply delete the code. Transaction date, transaction ID, country. You can leave the remaining one as they are. So we want to perform an action on the total revenue USD column by filtering out any null value or zeros. So we can simply leverage the if statement in Google Sheets to achieve that. Simply click on the first column over here, that is second column, the second row I mean, equals, we're using the if statement as I said earlier on. So say if it's a conditional statement that if this particular row or this particular entry I mean in the total revenue USD, if it is greater than 0, it should return this value back again. However, if it is less than 0 or it's null, it should leave it. We don't need it. This is our new column. So if this, that is E2, right? If E2 is greater than 0, it should return back our E2. That is, it should return the value here. Please, am I communicating, please?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. If this particular column is greater than 0, I'll return it back for us. However, if not, just leave it empty as it is. Close the brackets. Enter. As you can see, there's an autofill over there. So we can simply just check mark that. And that's our the tax one, which is the first day tax. So we can simply rename this one as, let's say, clean. Put that in lowercase. Let's say cleaned revenue. Revenue USD. So this is what is expected of us for us to submit for this for yesterday tax. So is there any question or any?
Sorry, is this your
Okay.
second clean revenue USD? Did you filter? Did you because I think I was out for a bit. Did you check to see if there will be blanks or something?
If there is any blank in this column, it won't appear here because of the statement, as in the if statement we used. As you can see, if this is greater than 0, return it back, and if not, don't return anything. There's many of these as in this quotation mark over here.
Okay.
So it's not, even though there might be some null value there, it won't appear.
My understanding from the task, I thought when you say we should clean it, is a thing of, okay, if there are null values, we should maybe remove those rows or something. That's why I was asking if we now filtered to see if there were some rows that had null values. Then I wanted to know what we will now do to those rows, if we will leave it or fill it with some values.
Yeah, let's simply just take an overview of this from the filter. If there is, check all this, and you can see blanks over here. Let me zoom out. As you can see, there are some blanks, that is no values in this total revenue actually. Let me deselect all so that I can select this alone. Okay. As you can see, in 3653 and 6354, those are those entries as in the rows that are empty. And as you can see, they are not that empty in the sense that it's just maybe when we are highlighting, not maybe map, is when we're highlighting the column, as in the old data set itself, they were highlighted also along. So you can simply delete the two to avoid that. then if there is any, meaning that there's not any null value also in our data sets. As there is no any duplicate value in there, there's no any null value also in there. Does that answer your question, please?
Yes. But
All
another
right.
question. Before you started um, um, cleaning, I noticed you removed some columns. Is it that those columns do
Can you
not
come
add
again?
value? When you before you checked for null values in your total revenue
Okay.
column, you removed some
Okay.
other columns like shipping USD, tax USD, coupon.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
just wondering why.
If you can recall yesterday in our session, in, part of what we talked about in data cleaning process is that you should only retain those column or those features that are relevant to your analysis. And for this analysis you are taking, all those columns that you made mention of are less or least relevant or not relevant to our analysis. So that's why we take them out.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
All right. Then another thing here is that if I delete this particular column over here, this E, it will affect this because they are joined. Is what I'm saying. As you can see, it's a reference column. This clean revenue USD, it's a reference column to the revenue USD itself, total revenue USD. So to avoid that, you recopy this column F. Then you copy. Then you can repaste it maybe in another column on itself. It's again. Then you paste special values only. Exactly. Meaning that you're only pasting the value. Click OK. Now if I double tap on this, it's just the value alone. Compared to this other revenue USD over here. You can see there is as in the formula is here. Whereas when I click double tap on this, it's just the value only. So now I can simply remove this that is assumed before that it's unclaimed. So we can also remove this also. And that makes our data sets more cleaner. Is there any other question, please?
Okay, then you said we can use either Excel or Google Sheets, right?
Yeah, for your analysis.
Okay.
For the cleaning, I mean.
Okay, thank you.
You can also perform this action on Excel also. Is that okay?
Yes, it is.
All right. So that was just the walkthrough of the day one tax. By 2 o'clock today.
Sorry, please, I have a question.
Oh, okay.
This is one you are doing and you're using a Google Sheet, right? Can we perform the same? Can we perform the same thing on Excel or a WPL Excel?
Definitely, you can perform this same action on Excel.
Okay, all
without
features
any
are present.
difference.
It
It won't affect anything. Try it out.
All right, thank you. Okay.
So by 2 o'clock today, 2 p.m., we'll be receiving our second task, which is on ingesting this clean data set into our MySQL, and we'll start our LFM analysis.
Okay, but there's
then
a
by 3
problem
o'clock today, we're
sorry, I'm trying to use Excel,
yeah.
but my visitor's ID is not showing the way your own is showing.
something like this, convert.
Yes, this is how it's showing. So what do I do?
Also the conversion.
How?
That doesn't
Yeah.
affect your analysis. Just leave it as
Oh,
it is.
okay, I can leave it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and change your as in this, it's in CSV format. Change it to table.
Yes.
So that you're able to use the filter feature.
Okay, that means I can save it as a Excel SX, right?
This is what I'm saying. And simply change this one to a table. Okay. And you can see the filter format is there already. So I can access them with all this filter feature.
Okay.
So that same analysis that we performed earlier on by removing duplicates is also under data here. Here is it. Remove duplicates. You remove that, then you create another column for the filtering of null value and zero value to the total USD as in total revenue USD. Exactly.
Okay. Yes, it is. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. So can we call it a day over here?
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, thank you. Later. Thank you for attending.